Hi everyone and welcome to this episode 30 of my kind of a podcast. Today I would like to talk about the Netflix show Too Hot to Handle that I have tried to watch for the past few days, and I can't go through a single episode without losing my mind, basically, because this is essentially the most boring show I have seen on television in a very long time. Granted that I do not watch Love Island like a lot of people do lately, even though I probably could because I have a UK SIM card in my phone. So if I used the 4G, I should be able to see it on the replay app of ITV. But I am not that interested in watching two shows that are essentially the same, with the only difference that one of them has only British people in it and the other one doesn't. Also, I am lucky enough that a lot of people on YouTube are making videos about Love Island, so I can substitute watching the show for watching the TMG podcast, for example, or I think James Marriott and Willeni are making a series about that as well. So for out of morbid curiosity, I might watch their videos just, to be in the loop and to be aware of what is happening on that show. But I already confused the two of them as it is, to the point where I'm not sure who said what. And that is probably intentional in the sense that I do think that Too Hot to Handle is very much a copy of Love Island in the way that they present the candidates, in the way that they select the candidates and the kind of candidates that they select. I don't think it's by chance that they look so much the same, that they say so much of the same things, and that ultimately they are the same show with different rules. I will not go into details about the show itself because I haven't seen it. As I said, I am very much struggling through the episodes because I find the candidates so unlikable, so unbearable. And the reason for that, I believe, on top of the fact that I also think they are being coached by the producers, is that they suffer from pretty person syndrome. What I mean by that is they have gone through life, all of their life, on easy mode. They have always been good looking. They have always had this body that they have on the show, or at least they've had it for a long time. And they have had the experiences of a beautiful person in the world, which is not the case for a lot of us. I wish I could claim pretty privilege, but even though, I clean up kind of well, hopefully, I am not one of the beautiful people. So but I know a few of them. I know a few of them, and I have to be honest. I do have some level of jealousy in me, as in the fact that they live life on easy mode. They are automatically likable for some reason. They are able to say things that are offensive and probably wrong, but they are not held responsible for that because, they are given more leeway and more liberty to be bad people or to be disagreeable than not pretty person would. But let's talk about the show in more details. I will not go and look up the people's names and things like that, because I don't think it is really important. What I am going to say, I'm going to discuss the people in the show as some types of archetypes or stereotypes, okay? So you have the pretty black girl, the pretty black lady, who also happens to have a big mouth, which is a stereotype or an archetype of the black woman that everybody knows. We see her a lot in the media. She's very often represented on television. And I do appreciate the fact that there is only one black woman on the show, and she's a dark-skinned woman. So that's good. That is good. But at the same time, that is also the type of women who are shown in the media to be overly sexual or overly aggressive, and she performs that role very well in the program, in that she decides that she likes that guy and she goes for it, and when things don't really go according to plan, she tries to manipulate him into getting back with her through making him jealous with another guy that she's not interested in, but because she knows that the men's egos can be manipulated in that way, so she tries, but the other guy doesn't take the bait and doesn't get upset, and so she ends up having to humble herself and go ask for forgiveness. And she presents it as if it is an actual difficult thing to do, because she is the strong black woman and she's not supposed to be weak. She's not supposed to beg. She's not supposed to ask for things. She's supposed to be given things, you know? You have a lot of the other girls who pretend, I don't know if they pretend so much as they believe that they are those liberated sexual people who view themselves and think of their own worth as a reflection of how much other people like them or are attracted to them. So their whole existence is centered around the fact that they are able to attract the people around them. And the only effort that they have to do for that to happen is just show up, you know? They just need to appear like a genie and say whatever, and everybody's, oh, wonderful, oh, beautiful, oh, yes, you know, which is something that is not afforded to the majority of the people in this world, like I mentioned earlier. And this is also kind of the case for the men, but in this particular show, the men are behaving as if they are hunters. They are looking for the women to hunt. So they are the hunters, the women are the preys, and they kind of try to stay friends with each other, but you can tell that there is a lot of rivalry going on, and they really put a lot on their sexual prowess. And the fact that the whole show is centered around the fact that they are not supposed to do anything sexual, then that means they have nothing else to show. They have nothing else to bring to the table, because their only identity trait is that they are good-looking men who get girls. So I suppose that is the reason why so many rules are broken, because what else are they going to do? What else do they have to offer to the world than being good looking and having a lot of sex, you know? And that is why I feel like these people are literally the least relatable people that could exist in the world. And watching them flirt, the way that they flirt is so bad. They don't they it's almost like they never actually had to try to sell themselves to other people. They never had to make an effort to have someone like them or to have someone want them. So they don't know how to approach someone. And the things that they say in the show, the way that they just go to people and like, oh, we should all have a gangbang, and they think it's okay to sit in front of a camera and say things like, I just want somebody to rail me. They think it's fine. They think it's something that is normal to do. It is not. It's only a reflection of how easy they had it so far, that they think it is okay to make those kinds of statements. And the only way that they do flirt with each other is by talking about each other's physical appearance, is to mention how this person has such a beautiful body, or oh, we had a wonderful kiss, or things like that. They are not pushing their personalities or any other quality that they might have forward. I think the only time when I heard someone make a comment about a contestant that wasn't about their physical appearance was when somebody mentioned that the French guy has a master's degree and lives in Paris. So, not much, basically. Being a French person myself, I can tell you, having a master's degree in France is not the achievement that they make it sound like it is. Because the education system in France is very different to the one in the US. So, I only didn't get a master's degree because I probably am a little more lazy than the average person, or maybe because I have ADHD. One of the two or both combined, something like that. But anyway, basically, their whole identity revolves around the fact that they are hot people, and to the point where they become unrelatable, like completely. And there is one particular storyline that really annoyed me in the show, and it's the guy and his blue balls. The guy who has been in the house for 3 days and his balls hurt, he says, because he's never been so long without a release of some sort. And I really, really wish this kind of narratives were not being pushed into the world, because blue balls are not a thing. And the guy in question didn't have to plot with the other guys so that they would allow him to go and take care of business in the shower, because blue balls are not a thing. I think it's very sad and damaging that this narrative was not challenged within the show, because this person is basically telling everyone who is not aware of how the human body works, who is not aware of what sex is, that it is possible for a man to feel pain or to be in discomfort if he doesn't release for a certain period of time. And because I was a young and impressionable teen at some point who didn't know much about the world, I might have believed something like that if I was still at that age, which I understand, teenagers are not watching Too Hot to Handle, or maybe they are, I don't know. I suppose they must be. The show I don't think is directed at young and inexperienced people, but I'm sure that there are young and inexperienced people who might encounter the show. Or maybe there are people who are the age of the target audience and who are inexperienced enough not to know that this is not a thing that is true. And that's the kind of things that really bother me, in the sense that these are the arguments that were being pushed when I was younger and when I was a young impressionable teen, to kind of force girls to do things they didn't want to do with their boyfriends, their teenage boyfriends, because they thought that they really needed to do it to help with the blue balls issue. And so, because of the fact that they have this voiceover, Desiree, which I have a lot of thoughts about Desiree as well, because they have her and she comes along every now and then and makes comments about the situation, and she's very sarcastic, very blunt, very sassy. The fact that she never said anything when that was happening, I was very disappointed, because I expected, that this person who was cast in the show as the stereotypical sassy black woman, who makes comments for comic relief, would say something when that happened. I was hoping she would, but she didn't, and that was disappointing to me. So yeah, that's what I had to say about Desiree. I don't like the kind of character that she's playing. I don't like the stereotypes she's playing into. I don't like the fact that she's clearly a black woman, and they are making her talk with a specific voice and use specific words that don't give any doubt that she is a black woman, or that she's portraying the sassy black friend that is in so many romantic comedies on TV. And also the fact that she's in such a contrast to Lana with her very British accent. I don't like this type of representation for black people. I would rather they didn't play so much into the stereotypes. But anyway, that's pretty much what I had to say about the show. I haven't made a video in a long time because I am a little sad about the state of my YouTube channel. I do not expect for this to become a massive thing. I don't really think about myself as a big YouTuber ever, but my channel has been stagnating. I've been trying a few things that made me lose subscribers, unfortunately, and it is very disheartening because I don't know how to promote myself. I'm really bad at that. I feel uncomfortable coming in front of the camera and telling people, oh, please subscribe and share and comment and all that, because that's not something that comes easy to me. Self-promotion is not something that I find natural and easy. So I am a little sad that my channel is the way it is right now. Because even though I never dreamed of being the 10 million subscriber channel who churns out videos every week and has a cult following and a Patreon and all of that, I was hoping that by now I would have reached more success with this platform. I am not saying this because I want to start a pity party for myself, and I basically what I am saying is I am enjoying making these videos. They are a good way for me to escape the reality of the life that I live. But I really hope that I can find a way to bring more people in, to get more views. Like, my videos barely reach a tenth of my subscriber count most of the time. So I am hoping that if you are still with me, if you're still watching this video, if you can comment something that you think I can do to make my channel more interesting, or that if you can let somebody know about the existence of this channel, if you can make sure that you are subscribed if you enjoyed watching this, and leave a like so I know that you watched and liked what I did today. Or if you want to do that to any other one of my videos, I would really appreciate it. In any case, I hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me today, and that I will see you next time. We will do something completely different, and I do mean that. It will be very different. I wish you a very good day. Bye. I feel pretty. I feel pretty. Woo!